Hello, my name is Jacob. I am a father of three beautiful girls. They have all pretty much grown up now and are living their own lives. But I've given them some advice over the years, and one of the pieces of advice that I gave them was a speech that they called the Bass speech, and I just wanted to share it with everyone else. Pretty much what I have told them is that there are two types of men in this world when it comes to guys looking for women. And I've kind of briefly explained it as being two different types of fishermen. You have bass fishermen and brim fishermen, categorizing females as well as being as either brim or bass, and how to tell the difference between these. A brim fisherman brings his bait to the pond or the water, and he's got a cheap pole. He can use a stick with a piece of string on it, and he's interested in catching as many brim as he can. He eats these brim. They're not very filling. One brim is not very filling. That he has to eat a whole lot of them in order to get full, to get fulfilled. Whereas the bass fisherman goes out, he buys an expensive rod and reel, maybe a boat, vehicle to pull the boat with. He's got a job to pay for all this stuff. And is just I wouldn't say a better class of fisherman, but he's looking for a better class of fish. Now, the brim, whenever they are hungry and they're feeding, they'll pretty much eat anything. They'll go after any piece of bait that comes into the water. They'll try it out, see if it works for them, and if not, they'll move on. Bass, on the other hand, will only feed off of a few certain things. They're looking for the right bait at the right time, at the right moment. They're holding out for something that is good for them, that they know they want. Now, females that I will classify as brim, you can identify them very easily. You can look around. They don't have any pride in themselves. They dress very revealingly. They have, you could just look at them. You go to the mall or someplace like that, and you can tell that this person is not taking very much pride in themselves. They look and they dress provocatively, like they're looking for a man. That's what they're doing. That they're actually out looking for someone. The bass, on the other hand, the females I'll classify as bass, on the other hand, they will dress more conservatively. They hold themselves of higher esteem. They're very proud of themselves. And you can pretty much tell by the way they dress and the way they carry themselves and their deportment that they care about themselves, how they look, and their image, and how they're seen, and how they're thought of. You have the same thing as far as fishermen. You have the brim fisherman, you have the bass fisherman, two different types of men. The brim fisherman dresses however. He doesn't care. I'm going to catch as many brim as I can and whatever. The bass fisherman dresses the part. He goes out. He's got his clothes ready for the day. He's got on the right appropriate attire and everything. He takes care of himself, takes care of his equipment. And he goes out and he is actually set and determined on looking for this type of fish. He's taking the effort and the time to say, I'm going to go catch this type of fish. I'm going to go out and see if I can get a bass. I've purposely set out to go out and catch a bass. The brim fisherman is like, I don't care what I catch. And sometimes the brim fisherman will catch a bass. He'll put his bait out in the water, and that brim will go after it, or the bass will go after it, and it'll latch on, and that brim fisherman will catch a bass. But it's not a very large bass. And he treats it just the same as the brim. He might even catch a catfish. Same thing. Treats it just the same as the brim. It's all the same to him. It doesn't matter. Now that bass has taken care of itself and tried to, prepare itself and grow up and be a bass, but it, in looking, grabs onto something that it thinks is bass bait and is caught by a brim fisherman. It does happen from time to time, and it's unfortunate. But just want to go on and say that that there are two types of men. There's brim fishermen and there's bass fishermen, and how to tell the difference between the two. A bass fisherman in everyday life He's taking care of himself. He dresses nice. He treats women with respect. He tries to take care of the environment that he's in, same as a literal bass fisherman. Brim fisherman goes to the bank, throws his bait in the water, hopes somebody latches onto it. They don't, they do. And it's, the bass fisherman is proud of his catches. He might even get one big enough that he'll put on the wall and he'll take care of it and be proud of it the rest of his life, tell stories about it. The brim fishermen, whenever they go fishing, all they tell about is how many fish they caught. How many brim did you catch? Oh, I caught this many brim. I caught, 20 brim. The bass fisherman will remember that one big catch that he got for the rest of his life. The brim fisherman will remember that one day he caught 20 fish at one time, 20 brim at one time. And that's the difference between a bass fisherman and a brim fisherman, two different types of men that you will encounter in life. Two types of females, women that you will encounter in life. The brim and the bass. Like I said, brim dress provocatively, don't take care of themselves, don't take pride in themselves. Whereas the bass women will take care of themselves, dress more conservatively, demand respect from men, and hopefully they receive it. That is the advice that I've given my daughters, and hopefully it will help someone else out there that sees this.